I made a really stupid mistake today, and it's shocking, like the depth of how stupid it was. Basically, I where to start? I had a fib level missing off my chart, which is just a technical blunder. Had I had the fib level on my chart, that would have might have changed my reasoning, because I would have had more support for my hypothesis that the market was going to go up. Basically, I got long Eurodollar at a very important trend line. It's the daily trend line. It started way back on the 10th of January. I really felt it was going to hold. But I got stopped out for a small loss of like 0.5% on my balance. And then we broke the trend line wide enough that I thought it was a technical breakdown, because eventually this trend line's got to fail, but just not today apparently. So I got short, changed my opinion to the market going down, which is well, I don't have an opinion on that. It was kind of, I only made that trade for one reason, that the trend line was broken, but it was a false breakout. And I overlooked the pivot point that was right below us, and then I got stopped out because the market made a little swing back and stopped me out. And then I saw the double bottom on the pivot level, and I really understood then what was happening. There was RSI divergence. Momentum had changed. There was support on the trend line, although we broke it by a few points. And I really felt the market was going to go up then. But then after making two mistakes and being down 2%, which is my margin limit for the day, I didn't have the courage to trade a third time. Plus, I really couldn't trade again because I had lost my limit of money that I'm allowed to lose for one day trading. So yeah, the short position risking 1.5% was too much of an overtrade, given I only had one reason to get short. And if none of that makes any sense, I can show it to you in this chart. Well, this is the Eurodollar. This is the 11th of March. This is where my fib level starts, and it runs up to the high right here on the 22nd of March. And then that 23.6 level, the 38.2 level comes right into today. And this is an hour graph. You can see this is the low we're looking at. Well, I put my tip of my pencil on it. This is the low that we're looking at. The support on that trend line, which starts like 3 months ago, and the fib level. Well, let's just erase that fib level, because by a mistake I just took that off my chart, and I shouldn't take my fib levels off my charts. Sometimes I just drop them. Well, anyway, we'll go to a day to show you where that trend line starts. I'll just switch from an hour to a daily so you can see how important. So the trend line we're talking about is this puppy right here. If I put my little pink arrow on it, this is the contact of the trend line that we're looking at. Lo and behold, look at that trend line, how it goes back, and it starts on, that's the 10th of January. So here's the low on 5-minute candles. This is my trend line. Like I got long here at the trend line. I should have put my stop below the pivot, but I was confident that we wouldn't break the trend line by that much, and I put my stop above the pivot, which is just stupid. I got stopped out, and then I believe at the low right here on the pivot, I got short, thinking the market would break lower. I got stopped out here in this red candle, and then we did have RSI divergence. While prices are going lower between here and the last low right here, it's a weak RSI signal. We have RSI flat. But on my chart, when I looked at it in 1 minute intervals, which I don't normally do, I did spot 5% of RSI bullish divergence. I just got to find that, to look at that again, because that was what I flagged in the hotcom room. I think between this is the low and the double bottom we're looking at. These are 1 minute candles. RSI is not oversold, but over here it's oversold. So while price is going down, RSI is going up, and that's these people changing their sell position to a buy to defend this fib level and this trend line that are roughly in the same place. Like, this is exactly my cluster strategy to the T. Anyway, you can see what happened. We had double bottom on the pivot level. We had the long-term fib level right here. We had the trend line right here. 3 of those levels together, great support, and we rallied like 100 points. Whoops. Yeah, that's just not explainable. So tomorrow, I'm going to use a wider stop, and I'm going to pull out my clustering strategy clipboard. I'm going to get my dry wipe marker, and for reversal on trend line, I'll say yes, we have a trend line, we have a fib level, we have a pivot level. We did have recent support, although we broke it by a few points. Was I bullish? Yes. There's RSI divergence. Yes. There was 5%. Are we in a trend line? Yes. Is there support on the pivot? Yes. Are we near past support? Well, yes. It's 10 points out. Is there head and shoulders? Well, yes. There's head and shoulders. No, there's a double bottom. So there is a pattern on the candlesticks. Double bottom right here. So you can see that with my algorithm, it was just basically an emotional trade that I made. I got stopped out getting long, and I just changed my opinion to short for one reason. I won't do that again. So this video is my slating myself to the public that I can do better.